When was the last time you truly trusted yourself? Not just made a decision, but made it and felt at peace with it, without second guessing, without replaying it over and over, without needing someone else to tell you it was the right choice. For many of us, that kind of quiet inner trust feels very far away. Maybe you find yourself constantly asking others what they think before you allow yourself to decide. Maybe you've made a choice that felt right in the moment and then spent days wondering if you got it wrong. Maybe you've stopped listening to your own instincts altogether because somewhere along the way you stopped believing they were reliable. If any of this feels true for you, I want you to know something. You didn't lose your inner compass. You learned not to trust it. And just like self doubt, which we explored together in the first video in this series, these two can be healed. Self trust is not something you either have or you don't. It's something you can rebuild gently, one small, honest moment at a time. And that is exactly what this video is about. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Rupali Upshankar, a board certified hypnotist and a certified Heal Your Life coach and workshop leader, trained in the philosophy of bestselling author Louise Hay. My work is about helping people heal from the inside out, to release the patterns that keep them stuck, and to come home to the truth of who they really are. This is video 2 in our 5-part Journey to Self Worth series. If you haven't watched video 1 yet, I would love for you to start there. The link is in the description below. It will give you a beautiful foundation for everything we are about to explore together. And if you're just joining us, welcome. You are right where you need to be. Let's begin by exploring what self trust actually is, because I think we often misunderstand it. We think self trust means never feeling afraid, never being uncertain, always knowing exactly what to do. But that's not what self trust is. Self trust is not the absence of doubt, it is the deep, quiet knowing that no matter what happens, you will be okay. Is the belief that you can handle whatever comes your way, that you can feel your feelings without being destroyed by them, that you can make a mistake and recover, that you can face the unknown and find your way. Self trust is the relationship you have with yourself. And like any relationship, it can be damaged. It can erode over time, especially when the people around you, people you loved and depended on, responded to you and made you think your instincts were wrong. They made you think that your emotions were too much, or maybe your needs were too demanding, your feelings weren't valid, and so you stopped trusting your instincts. You stopped trusting yourself. But the truth is, that was never accurate. Your inner world was always real. Your feelings were always valid. Your instincts were always speaking to you. You just learned to stop listening. And now we are going to start learning to listen again. Self trust breaks down in many different ways. Sometimes it happens because of the messages we received as children. When you expressed a feeling and were told that you were overreacting, when you made a choice and you were criticized for it, when you shared something vulnerable and it was dismissed. Over time, you learned that your inner experience was not to be relied upon. Sometimes self trust breaks down through experiences later in life, a relationship where your reality was constantly questioned, a time when you trusted someone and were deeply hurt, a decision that didn't go the way you hoped. that you then used as evidence that you can't trust yourself anymore. And sometimes it's even subtler than that. It's years of outsourcing your decisions to others, letting others control your decisions, years of ignoring your gut and then rationalizing it, years of telling yourself, I don't really know what I want, until one day you genuinely feel like you don't know what you want. But the compass is still there. Your inner knowing didn't disappear, it just got buried under layers of conditioning, under layers of protection. And rebuilding self trust is the process of gently, lovingly uncovering it again. So, how do you actually begin to rebuild self trust? I want to share three gentle practices with you, not as tasks or to do lists, but as invitations to relate to yourself differently. The first practice is start small and keep your word to yourself. Self trust is built through a series of small kept promises. When you say you'll go for a walk and you do, when you say you need rest and you allow yourself to rest without feeling guilty about it, when you set a gentle boundary and you honor it, each time you follow through on something you said you would do for yourself, you send a message to your inner world. I can be counted on. I am reliable. I matter. So start with something small, something you know you can do, and just do it. Not for anyone else, but for yourself. The second practice is honor your feelings without judging them. Self trust requires you to be a safe place for your own emotional experience. So often, when a difficult emotion like guilt or shame or anger arises, we try to push it away. We tell ourselves we shouldn't feel this way. We reach for distraction. We deny that feeling. But when you allow yourself to feel what you feel without making it mean something is wrong with you begin to build the kind of inner safety that self trust lives in. You don't have to fix the feeling. You don't have to understand it completely. You just have to be willing to say, this feeling is here. I can be with this feeling. That is a profound act of trusting yourself. The third practice is begin listening to your inner knowing again. Your intuition is always speaking. It speaks in the form of a quiet pull towards something or away from something, a subtle resistance that tells you something doesn't feel right, or a gentle nudge that keeps returning. Start noticing those signals. You don't have to act on them immediately, but begin to notice them, acknowledge them, write them down if that feels helpful. Because every time you acknowledge your inner knowing, you strengthen the connection to yourself. You begin to remember that your inner world is a trustworthy place. There is something deeper underneath all of this. Rebuilding your trust with yourself is not just about making better decisions. It's about learning to feel safe inside yourself. Because for many of us, our own inner world has not felt like a safe place to be. It has felt uncertain, overwhelming, too much. And so we learned to live outside of ourselves, looking outward for answers, for validation, for permission. But healing asks us to come back to ourselves, to come home. As Louise Hay said, when you truly approve of yourself, everything begins to work out in your favor. I would add to that, try trusting yourself and see what begins to open. See how differently life starts to feel when you stop abandoning yourself in moments of doubt. I would like to offer you a gentle moment to pause and reflect. If it feels comfortable, you can close your eyes. Take a slow breath in through your nose, and as you exhale through your mouth, let your shoulders soften, allow your body to relax. And in this space, gently ask yourself, where in my life have I stopped trusting myself? And then ask, what is one small way I can begin to trust myself again today? There's no pressure to have an answer right now. Simply being willing to ask the question is an act of courage. And courage, met with compassion and kindness toward yourself, is where the transformation begins. You have now taken two beautiful steps in this journey. You understand where self doubt comes from, and you have begun to explore how to rebuild trust with yourself. In the next video, we are going to go even deeper because even when we begin to trust ourselves more, we can still find ourselves triggered in our relationships, reacting in ways that surprise us, feeling things that seem bigger than the moment. And the next video is going to help you understand exactly why that happens and what it's truly trying to heal within you. This is a 5-part series, and each video is designed to carry you one step deeper into your healing. So if this resonated with you, please do watch all 5 as they get released. They are meant to be experienced together as a complete journey. Each one builds on the last. Each one takes you one step closer to yourself. You'll find the full playlist linked in the description below this video. And if you feel ready to go deeper in a more structured, supported way, I would like to invite you to explore the Heal Your Life journey. This is the only official course rooted in the philosophy of Louise Hay. It's a beautiful 5-week self-paced program that will walk you through self-love, self-worth, and inner healing gently and completely. The link is in the description. And if you would like more personalized support, if you feel called to do this work one-on-one, you can also schedule a one-on-one session with me. You don't have to do this alone, and you don't have to rush. Your journey back to yourself is unfolding exactly as it should. Sending you much love and gratitude. Namaste.